Welcome back to Educational First Academy. I hope you're having a great day. Please subscribe and like this video. We'll be putting out more content on this channel constantly for the educational worldwide community to benefit from. We have many years of experience in international schools, and we hope to bring that international experience out and to benefit all. Today's topic that we're going to be looking at is the 10 practices for a successful school principal and leader. And this is something that's beneficial for school leadership teams, for teachers, for parents, and anyone who's just generally interested. So let's get started. So being a school leader, school principal, headmaster is something that is quite challenging. It's not an easy profession to do. And as the years go on, there's constant new demands by governments, stakeholders on to develop that role. It's a job that requires handling a lot of stress, and it's a job that also requires being very broad in the work that you do. There's very elements of a hands-on element where you're working with students, teachers and parents. And in essence, you become the chief decision maker within the building. And there's hence a lot of accountability and pressure in very difficult circumstances. As for example, in these testing times of COVID-19, there's a lot of harsh and difficult decision making that needs to be made for students' futures and teachers' futures within the government and private school sectors. So a successful school principal does things differently. As with other professions, there are principals who excel at what they do and those who lack the necessary skills to be successful. Most principals are in the middle of that range. The best principals have a particular mindset and leadership philosophy that allows them to be successful. They utilize a combination of strategies that make themselves and others around them better, thus allowing them to be successful. In essence, the best leaders empower others and lead by having a goal and a big picture idea that they gather all stakeholders behind and drive behind it. Surrounding themselves with good teachers. Hiring good teachers makes a principal job easier virtually in every aspect. Good teachers are solid disciplinarians. They communicate well with parents and they communicate well with colleagues as well. They provide their students with a quality of education, and each of these things makes a principal's job easier. As a principal, you want a building full of teachers that are doing their job. You want teachers that are 100% committed to being effective teachers in every aspect. You want teachers who are not only doing their job well, but willing to go above and beyond the core requirements to ensure that every student is successful, really loving their job. So simply put, surround yourselves with good teachers, make you look better, makes your job easier and allows you to manage other aspects of your job. Hire well, pay well, respect your teachers, and you'll go far. Lead by example. As a principal or school leader, you are the leader of the building. Every person in the building is watching how you go about your daily business. Building a reputation for being the hardest worker in your building. You should almost always be the first one to arrive and the last one to leave. It is essential that others know how much you love your job. Keep a smile on your face, maintain a positive attitude and handle adversity with grit and perseverance. Think slow, think smart. Always maintain professionalism. Be respectful to everyone and embrace differences. Be the model for fundamental qualities such as organization, efficiency, and communication. This is not only important in school, but out of school. Think outside the box. Never put limitations on yourself and your teachers. Be resourceful and find creative ways to meet the needs when issues arise, and they will arise. Do not be afraid to think outside the box, of asking others for help, connect with other government agencies, other schools. There's some problems which are stateside, there's some problems which are countrywide, and there's some problems which are worldwide, so you may not be the only one stuck in that situation. It's important to encourage your teachers to do the same. Successful school principals are elite problem solvers, and that is going to be a day in, day out part of your job. Answers do not always come easily and not straight away. Sometimes you need to sit back, think, triangulate information, and then come to an idea and solution. You have to creatively utilize the potentials and ideas of others and other sectors, and thus value their inputs and work cooperatively to create a solution to problems. Working with people. As a principal or school leader, you have to learn to work with all different types of people. Every person has their own personality, and you must learn to work effectively with each type. The best principals are able to read people well, figure out what motivates them, and strategically plant seeds that will eventually blossom into success. Principals must work with every stakeholder in the community. They should be skilled listeners who value feedback and use it to make recognizable changes. Principals should be on the front lines, working with the stakeholders to improve both their community and the school. Delegating appropriately. Being a principal can be overwhelming. This is often amplified as principals by nature are typically control freaks. They have high expectations on how things should be done, making it difficult to let others take the lead role. However, successful principals are able to get past this because they realize there is value in delegation. First of all, it shifts the burden of responsibility from you, freeing you up to work on other projects. Next, you can strategically make individuals responsible for projects that you know fit their strengths and will help build their confidence, enabling what's called middle leadership and empowerment of others. And finally, delegation reduces the overall workload, which in turn keeps your stress levels down, making you a more effective and long-serving leader. Creating and enforcing proactive policies. Every principal and school leader should be an adept policy writer. Each school is different and has their own unique needs in terms of policy. Policy works best when it's written and enforced in such a way that very few want to take the chance to receive the attention of consequences. Most principals will spend a large part of their day dealing with students, either their disciplines or their positive work outcomes. Policies should be seen as a deterrent to distractions that interrupt learning. Successful principals are proactive in their approach to policy writing and student discipline. They recognize potential problems and address them before they become significant issues. Some of the policy documents that are written at international school levels include parent handbooks, administration policies, anti-bullying, attendance policies, safeguarding, curriculum policies, digital learning, health and safety, handwriting, inclusion, making and taking feedback policies, learning environments, parental complaints, reading policies, teaching and learning policies. So hopefully you'll understand this links back to a previous point where delegation is important, because not all of these will come from one source. You will need different expertise to make the whole rounded policy ready for all. Look for long-term solutions to problems. A quick fix is seldom the right solution. Long-term solutions require more time and effort in the beginning. Hence, you'll have to do school improvement plans, action planning, taking inputs from different departments to come out with a concrete solution which will be more sustainable. However, they typically save you time in the long run because you won't have to deal with it much in the future. Successful leaders and principals think 2 or 3 steps ahead, as if they're playing chess. They address the little picture by fixing the larger picture. They look beyond the specific circumstances to get to the cause of the problem. They understand that taking care of the core problem may head off several smaller issues down the road. So don't be reactive, be long-term reflective, potentially saving time and money. This is usually aided with the use of data analysis from different stakeholders, input from students, input from parents, and definitely input from teachers to come out with a cohesive answer to any given problem. Become an information hub. Principals or school leaders have to be experts in many different areas, including content and policy. However, successful principals are a wealth of information. They stay up to date on the latest educational research, technology, and trends. Principals should be at least having a working knowledge of the content being taught in each grade in which they are responsible for. They follow education policy at both the state and local areas, as well as internationally if it applies to their school. They keep their teachers informed and are able to offer tips, strategies, and concerning best practice in classrooms. And then teachers definitely respect principals who understand the content that they're teaching. They have an appreciation when their principal offers well thought out, applicable solutions to problems that they may be having in the classroom. This brings in the opportunity to create learning communities with other schools, for senior leadership teams, and for the teachers as well. Maintain accessibility. As a principal or school leader, it is easy to get so busy that you shut your office door to try and get a few things done. This is perfectly acceptable as long as it doesn't become a regular thing. Principals must be accessible to all stakeholders, including teachers, staff members, parents, and especially students. Every principal should have an open door policy. Successful principals understand that building and maintaining healthy relationships with everyone you work with is a key component to having an outstanding school. Being in a high demand comes with the job. Everyone will come to you when they need something or when there is a problem. However, it's still important to delegate and to have your other teams in place, as we discussed in previous points. Always make yourself available, be a good listener, and most importantly, follow through on a solution. Students are the first priority. Successful principals keep students as their number one focus. They never deviate from this path. All expectations and actions are directed to better students both individually and as a whole. Student safety, health, and academic growth are our most fundamental duties. Every decision that is made has to take the impact that it will make on a student or group of students into an account. We are there to nurture, counsel, discipline, and educate each and every student. As a school principal or leader, you must never lose sight of this fact, and that students should always come first. Thank you for your time. That's the end of the presentation. If you'd like to contact us at educationonefirst@gmail.com, we'll appreciate your comments there. The video source has also been left in the link below, www.thought.co.com. Please like, subscribe, and comment below if you found this video entertaining. We'll be putting out more content every week, and helping the wider educational community with our years of experience. And what I'd like to always finish off with is a quick joke, just to end the session. A man went into a fish shop and said, "Can I have a tail end, please?" So the man went behind the counter and said, "And they all lived happily ever after." Take care. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.